Come see us on tour. We're going to be in Bakersfield, San Jose, California, Buffalo, New York, Toledo, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Glasgow, Manchester, Belfast, Dublin, Liverpool, Birmingham, and London. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So this is the new head of the WEF. And
Nice.
I guess apparently they couldn't get an actual lizard to take the job. So they got this guy. And I like the bloody left eye. I really think it accentuates his wig. I mean, central casting. Can we get a crazy lizard person who rules the world? I mean, he's got everything going on. I think he has a cat on his lap that he just strokes. And then he presses a button.
Less appealing.
What's that?
We need someone less appealing than Klaus Schwab.
How did they do it?
They did it.
How did they find so? He looks like he caught the red eye to get his new position. That's what it looks like. Everybody keeps looking at the clouds for UFOs when they're right here walking around, right in front of us. So guess what happened? So this guy, this is the old guy, Klaus Schwab. So they're opening up a probe into founder Klaus Schwab for which is kind of ironic, but is it a UFO probe kind of a thing? No. So they're looking into his fiscal malfeasance and some other It says breaking, the World Economic Forum has officially opened an investigation into its founder, Klaus Schwab, for alleged financial and ethical misconduct.
Oh,
The WEF is all about their business model is financial and ethical misconduct.
Yes.
What are you talking about? Their whole thing.
Herr Schwab, may we speak with you?
The global elites are turning on each other, and I am so here for it. So this is very fishy and suspicious. So the fact that they're coming after Klaus Schwab, wait till you hear the things they say he did.
I can't wait.
I think so. He had already decided to quit because he wanted to step down because he wanted to spend more time walking up and down the beach in some kind of white frilly nut cup outfit. And how much of a piece of garbage do you have to be for the WEF to call you unethical? Right? That's like the Klan calling you. This guy discriminates.
The guy's just racist.
The founder quit after the board moved to investigate whistleblower allegations, which he denies, including use of luxury property and travel. That's what they all do. They all pick a place like Jackson Hole or Davos, and they go, "Hey, let's have a conference." Hey, let's go to Maui, have a conference. That's what they do. So this seems very fishy. It seems like there's kind of some kind of power struggle happening on the inside, and they're concocting charges. Do you know one of the charges is that he wasn't nice to women? Not that he was mean to women.
What, do you want them to eat bugs?
But he was not. Yeah, what did he want them to eat? Bugs and live in storage containers?
Did he give them less bugs than he was giving the men?
What did he do? Did he double dip a chip at a blood orgy? What did this guy do? Come on. Schwab allegedly asked staff to withdraw not millions, not billions, thousands of dollars from ATMs on his behalf and used WEF funds to pay for private in-room massages. Wait a minute. What? First of all, you're telling me Klaus Schwab doesn't have massage money, or is that just how much that women actually are going to charge to have to touch him?
Yeah.
But companies, they write this stuff off all the time. They get massages for their employees. Also alleges that his wife, Hilda, former employee, scheduled WE-funded meetings to justify luxury travel. That's what the whole point of this is like. It's like they're charging him with breathing.
Yeah. In-room massages, in quotes. I know people do get massages, and I guess where would they go if you got a private massage? Not in your room?
Right? So he didn't withdraw millions from their bank account to get a massage in a hotel room? He withdrew thousands? The guy in the head of the World Economic Forum, they're upset that he withdrew thousands? Thousands.
He wasn't nice about it.
That's for a massage. That was just for the money to make the bed vibrate in the hotel room, I think. That's what. You got to be kidding me. Doesn't the WEF have man slaves for this kind of a thing? So this seems all very fishy, because he had already agreed to step down in 2027, I think it was. He had already had a plan that he was going to step down in 2027.
He did?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, they want him out sooner.
Klaus Schwab steps down as World Economic Forum chairman after 55 years. They have this guy, Peter Brabeck-Letmathe. He's named the interim chair. That's this guy. That's Mr.
Oh, dear God.
Mr. Pretty Eyes. Come on, what's the matter, Klaus? Why the Indiana Jones movie melting Nazi face?
He looks like he opened the Ark of the Covenant.
As per the announcement, the Board of Trustees of WEF, the World Economic Forum, have appointed Peter Brabeck-Letmathe as the interim chairman of the institution until they find a future chairman through a selection committee process. So in the meantime, we thought we'd go with the creepiest looking guy in the world. Hang on. The World Economic Forum's board meeting was held on Sunday, April 20th, where the trustees took note of Schwab's resignation, and after which they appointed that guy chairman.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Wow. Well, we can't just put anybody in his place. We have to get somebody who's instantly repulsive just at sight. We have to get someone like that. We got him. We got him.
Interim. He's just interiming till we get someone with normal eyes.
So here's what he has to say. Right. So by the way, he doesn't think we have a right to water. That's his big thing, because he's the former head of Nestle. I don't know if you know anything about Nestle, but Nestle has been hoarding water, like water that belongs to everybody, and bottling it and charging people well, here, let me show you. Nestle makes billions bottling water it pays nearly nothing for.
Nice.
Nestle continues stealing the world's water during a drought.
Okay, what's crazy about it? Look, Jimmy, that the company's operation is in Michigan. It's in Michigan. Where's Flint? They can't even get water.
Ah, that's right. The company's operation in Michigan reveals how it's dominated the industry by going into economically depressed areas with lax water laws. While Nestle extracts millions of liters from their land, residents have no drinking water. Just 90 minutes from Toronto, residents of a First Nations community try to improve the water situation as the beverage company extracts from their land. So that's the kind of stuff that this guy does. That's the kind of stuff.
Hello.
California authorities say Nestle is illegally gulping up public water. Environmentalists have accused the company of continuing to pump on expired permits and violating state law. I know about that.
Wow. Way to go, Gavin Newsom.
Because that's right. That's right here in California.
Wait.
So here's what he says.
Yeah. Go back to the first one.
So here's what
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what he says about. By the way, the former CEO of Nestle. How baseline evil is that? Imagine if Raytheon and Epstein Island formed a company that made chocolate milk powder. That's. So he's going to tell you. You can turn it down. I'll read it to you because we don't have to hear him say it. But he's got that crazy accent that makes him sound evil. If you remember, water is, of course, the most important raw material we have today in the world. in the question of whether we should privatize the normal water supply for the population, privatize the water supply. Privatize it. So whether you get water or not is left up to guys like this. It's left up to guys like Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab and Jeff Bezos and Al Gore. They're going to let you, they're going to decide if you get water. They're going to privatize it. So that's what he wants to do. He says that, and there are two different opinions on the matter. There are two different, I bet you I know what your opinion is. I bet you I can guess what your opinion is. Your opinion is privatize it and you get to control it. Am I right? Am I close? Uh-huh. And the people who think otherwise are crazy, right? Let me see. There are two different opinions on the matter. The one opinion, which I think is extreme, it's represented by NGOs. That stands for non-governmental organizations. And what do they think? Well, who bang on about declaring water a public right. What? What, you just live in a city and you get to have water? And they bang on about it. This means that as a human being, you should have a right to water. Now, keep this in mind. That guy thinks that that's extreme. That's an extreme opinion. Keep that in mind. Okay. But now his opinion is that's an extreme solution. That you should have a right to water. What in the F? Okay.
How about air?
The other view says, and this is his view, that water is foodstuff like any other. Okay. And like any other foodstuff, it should have a market value. And I should be able to control that market value. Personally, I believe it's better to give a foodstuff a value. First of all, it's not a foodstuff. It's water, right? You can go for a month or so without food. You can't go but for a couple of days without water and you're dead. That's why it's not called just foodstuff. It's called food and water. You can turn up. You can turn up. And by the way, Central Casting has done it again. He's got the right accent. You want to hear his accent?
Yes.
Listen.
Sodass wir alle bewusst sind.
I think they did it again.
No way.
So if you think it's a good idea to keep water in the hands of somebody like this, thinking he gives one remote shit about you, you're more than stupid. You're actually anti-smart. So I don't know what's more comforting, his message that he's going to control the water or his German accent.
You got to hear the message in its original German to understand how Nestle sweet it is.
The extreme position that all humans should have a right to access clean water. He calls that extreme. Sure, I guess that's extreme if you're some kind of lizard alien. I could see that argument for sure. Yeah, sure. Again, it's not, water is not a foodstuff. Water is water. I bet his wife gives him lots of blowjobs just so she doesn't have to look at him. So, is there more to this? Yes.
Dass das etwas kostet und dann auch
and then the one that should take the specific measures
versucht, dass man mehr spezifisch für diesen Teil
for the part of the population that has no act. So again, so it's just crazy talk.
Well, wait, Jimmy, is he talking about a right to water, like the water near where I live? Or is he talking about the entire world water supply?
That's what it sounds like. He's talking about the entire world's water supply.
Okay.
Like we live in Gaza. Like that.
Yeah, they're calculating our calories of foodstuffs.
So we need to
water.
look at water as a precious resource now that Nestle owns most of the water.
Yeah.
Think of it like Nestle is like the De Beers of water instead of diamonds. That's what you should.
Yeah. There's plenty of diamonds.
Yes. So here we go. Now he backtracks a little.
Oh.
And watch what he says.
Hello, I'm Peter Brabeck, the chairman of Nestle. There are apparently some misconceptions about my ideas on water.
So, oh yeah?
Let me make it clear from the beginning. I have always supported the human right to water.
No, you
Everyone
haven't.
should have enough clean, safe water to meet their fundamental daily needs. About 50 to 100 liters per day.
He decides. So what is that, a 1-gallon jug? Anybody that starts deciding how much of something you can have is going to take it all away from you.
Especially when they do it with metric measurements, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Liters, I don't even know what that is, sir.
I can't believe that there's people still living on Earth that don't have a problem with this kind of a thing. And I can't believe that I actually know some of them.
Oh, I can't believe people don't want to give their guns up when there's this future of greatness in the world.
After listening to this guy talk, I feel like I owe Pablo Escobar an apology. I think I judged him a little hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listen to what he says.
But not to fill a pool or wash a car.
You shouldn't get enough water to fill your pool or wash a car. That's just for people like me.
Mm-hmm.
There is a difference. We must transform the way we think about water.
Yeah.
By 2025,
we should transform the way we think about water in a way that benefits me financially. That's the way we should transform how we think about water.
1.8 billion people will be living in regions without enough water. Water scarcity is the greatest challenge we face today. And we need to start recognizing water.
He acts like that bums him out. Water scarcity, it's a big challenge. Water scarcity, that's the thing I'm counting on. The thing I'm counting on, that people get desperate, I control the water. What's that? Hang on, Kurt. What's that, Kurt?
Oh, is it working?
No, go ahead. It is now.
Oh, he's like Willy Wonka. He's like the Nestle guy's going to control his Oompa Loompa workforce.
So here we go. It's more.
As a precious resource.
Yeah. So here it is. And then there he is. That's my favorite comparison.
Oh my gosh. Is that Blofeld?
But Jimmy, Nestle makes hot cocoa, which children love. So,
they should put his face on the cocoa.
ladies, which one would you rather kiss? Seriously, that's my question. Me personally, if I had to choose, I would pick the guy that was hunting down Michael Myers in the Halloween franchise. That's the guy I would rather kiss.
Yeah, Donald Pleasance.
So I think there's some shenanigans up to why they got rid of Klaus Schwab. They're saying all the normal things that people in his position do, they're accusing him of doing.
Those aren't even things. I don't even understand how that would rate as a unethical behavior for the founder of it.
That's like saying, LeBron James, he takes the ball and throws it right in the hoop. He doesn't even shoot it. He dunks it. And that's rude. So we got to get rid of him. But that's unethical. What they do. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a war happening right now, and it's probably not where you think. It's in your gut. A battle between good and bad bacteria can determine your health. Kimchi 1 from Brightcore Nutrition is the fermented superfood your body needs to arm the good guys with the right weapons to defeat the bad actors once and for all. All health starts in the gut. So putting the right fermented superfood in your gut improves every aspect of your health. your heart, your brain, even the quality of your skin and the growth of your hair. Containing over 900 strains of beneficial bacteria in each capsule, Kimchi One supports healthy digestion, fortifies your immune system, and helps detoxify your body. Kimchi's also been shown to reduce risk of obesity and promote smaller waistlines by curbing appetite and naturally boosting your metabolism. Kimchi One is all natural, non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, and 100% made in the USA. Today, you can get an exclusive offer by clicking the link below. Just use the code DORE, that's D-O-R-E, for 25% off your entire order. Or, for an even better deal, call my friends at Brightcore for up to 50% off your order and free shipping. Give them a call now at 888-253-0418. Come see us on tour. We're going to be in Bakersfield, San Jose, California, Buffalo, New York, Toledo, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Glasgow, Manchester, Belfast, Dublin, Liverpool, Birmingham, and London. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.